We're back. Okay, let's talk all things summer intensive. I'm going to tell you what to expect, tips and tricks, and how to ace your audition. Audition season starts in 2 months. After New Year's, it's go time. Prior to your audition day, you need pictures. You need a headshot and a first arabesque picture on point. Auditions are normally, sorry, that's my cat's tail, so he won't get down. Auditions cost anywhere between $40 to $45. When you pre-register online, it's $40. If you don't pre-register, it's $45 in person. Now, let's talk audition day, the day you have been waiting for. Before you go to your audition, read the website on what to wear. Read the directions. Most of the time it will say a solid black leotard and tights. Don't think, oh, I'm gonna stand out, so I'm gonna wear white. Yeah, you're gonna stand out, but in a bad way, and you're gonna stand out as somebody who can't read a simple direction. Don't do that to yourself. I recommend you get to your audition an hour beforehand. That way you can stretch, warm up, figure out what studio you're in. That way you are comfortable when it comes time for the audition. Here is where all the games start to happen. When you get there, there's probably anywhere between 20 to 60 people auditioning, male and female. Now, there's a game people love to play. The game is the stretching game. It's a game that mainly involves psyching people out. When you walk in, you will see people stretching everywhere. There's no escaping it. What makes this game funny to me is that as they're stretching, you see them looking around, making sure people are watching them stretch. Half of the time, the stretching consists of grabbing your leg and bringing it all the way to your head. I have seen so many people stretch with their legs at their head or past their head. Great, perfect, amazing. But I've also seen those people who do that and then they get into a class and they can't dance. So again, by you watching them stretch and freaking yourself out, and then you see them dance, you're like, oh wait, I'm just as good. So please, don't freak yourself out, it's not worth it. You spent a long time getting ready for this, therefore don't let anybody come in your way. Let's talk registration process on the day of the audition. 30 minutes before your audition class starts, you register, meaning you fill out a form, you have all your pictures and your money. You all line up and you give it to the auditioner, and that's it. Here is my tip that has helped me at every audition, which has caused me to get in everywhere I've auditioned at. Do not be first, last, or stand next to a male. Here's why. If you're first, you are expected to know the combination instantly, because when you're at bar, there's nobody in front of you, so you can't look at other people to make sure you're doing it correctly. You have to know it instantly. Don't be last, because you're also expected to know what to do, because you've had 8 groups prior to you, therefore you should know it. My last thing is I recommend you don't stand next to a male. One of 2 things can happen. If you're by a male, they're more likely to stand between you two and watch you dance. But the other side of that is they only look at the male and they see past you. After doing so many auditions, I've learned a few things. In a group, there is no more than 12 dancers. So I would count out 12 people in my head, and then I would stand number 13 or 12 after that, and so on. Now, I would do that because I would either be in second group or third group. Because when you're in the first 2 groups, you have a little more leeway to mess up. But when you're also in the second group or third group, you can watch all the groups prior to you and you can learn from them. And that way, when it's your time to go, you've heard all the corrections and you can apply them. My eye. I'm so thirsty. My hair.
Fix it. Wardrobe! Need some poofing.
Squat.
Hi.
Okay. When it's time for your audition class, bring everything with you. Bring water and your point shoes into the room. Also, do not leave the room under any circumstances. If you leave the room and it's your group going and you're not there, they don't know where you went, therefore you're not getting in because they don't know what happened to you. When your group is not going, stand off to the side. Do not stand in back of people dancing. That is the biggest pet peeve at every audition I have ever been on. At some auditions, you are on point for the whole 90 minutes. Most places you're on point for about 10 minutes at the end of class. Once you turn 14 or 15, depending on where you audition at, you are on point for the whole time. Meaning you're on point for the whole 90 minutes. There is no break. For some people, being on point for 90 minutes is a lot and they're not used to it. That's fine. At this audition I went on, these girls, 2 girls, their feet were hurting, just like everybody else's. They decided to shake their feet out to get all the blood circulation back. Now, it wasn't discreetly. Some of us have done it, but we've done it so small that nobody can see it. But these girls made it big. What they didn't know was that the director, who is in charge of saying yes and no, saw them. And he turned to his partner, gave one look, and while they were dancing, all you see is him take a pen and cross off their name. And they were done right then and there, and everybody in that room knew that. Here's why you don't do that. No matter how bad your feet hurt, don't do anything. Just deal with it. Because reality is this. Some summer intensives, you're on point from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And if you cannot last 90 minutes on point, you're not getting in. Don't go into these auditions with the mindset of, I need to be a perfect dancer. You don't. Go in with the mindset of, this is a master class with some of the top teachers in the world. If you tell yourself it's just a class, your body will be at ease and you will dance better. You won't be stressed out, you won't be nervous, you will actually showcase how you dance. Also, keep your opinions about how you think you did, if you liked the class, about a certain dancer, keep it to yourself. Nobody cares, and you never know who out there is watching you or listening to you. Keep it for the car ride home. You can cry in the car, however you feel. Keep it for the ride home. Audition everywhere. Don't just limit yourself to one school. With all this in mind, the people, the directors auditioning you and teachers auditioning you have been in your place before, so they know exactly what you are feeling. Therefore, they're not looking for a perfect dancer. They're looking for a dancer, number 1, who they can mold into whatever style they teach, and number 2, if you have potential. Those are the 2 biggest things that they want. So please, don't freak yourself out. You're there to dance. You've been training your whole entire life. Show it off. So please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to send me a message on Instagram, I'll leave it here. I hope you guys have a great audition season. I hope you get into every single program you want. Go rock it. Bye.
Hey, feeling good, like I should.